Hey guys, Michael with Marine Detail Supply, and I'm here with Oli from Flitz.
Nice to meet you.
All the way from Wisconsin, came down to kind of go over a product lineup and tell us a little bit about Flitz.
Very much so. Flitz actually, for those of you who don't know, we're a 45-year-old manufacturer. The raw materials actually come out of Germany, but it's actually now blended and made right here in the United States. We're a manufacturing company in Waterford, Wisconsin. The Flitz product, which is one of the main items we have over here, comes in a paste form as well as liquid. Now the paste is a little more concentrated, especially for the professional detailer market. It does a little better job in taking off heavy corrosion, oxidation, as well as leaving more protective coating. What we have here is aluminum pre-clean. Now aluminum pre-clean, or metal pre-clean like we call it here, is really designed for taking off heavy corrosion. Some of you might be familiar with acids. Now you can use an acid, but the problem is as soon as the acid hits aluminum, it turns white. This product will not make it turn white, but this will take off heavy calcium and oxidation phenomenally. It's very, very quick. All you need to do is rinse it afterwards with water. That's the only difference with this product.
So like a white film on like aluminum railings or like T-tops or trailer fenders, you can use that before you polish.
Correct. Use it to take off the nasty corrosion. Now Flitz, of course, chemical-wise, like I said, we started 45 years ago. Around 12 years ago, we invented a buff ball. And a buff ball is a pad that's actually circular like this and has a shaft in it like this here. This shaft,
this screws right into your drill, right?
Exactly, it goes right inside any. You can use it on cordless drill, power drills. Mm-hmm. You can use it on air tools. But what's happened when you use this is a sleeve here to protect it, so it gives it protection. So when you're spinning around the drill, you have to hit something, you're not going to scratch it.
Yep.
This buffer here that I'm holding is 5 inches in size, and as I'm squeezing it, you can see how it takes shape. If you're doing something like a bow rail, it goes right in between that way with it. Then we have a 2-inch one, which we sell for rocket launchers and rod holders, right inside in the detail areas, as well as wheels and things like that. And then we also have a 3-inch buff ball to cover areas like this. Now Flitz comes also in a 4-inch buff ball, which is even bigger for larger areas, a little flatter. They're all made of viscose felt. Viscose felt is something that's you cannot tear. We've been copied by many companies. Many products are foam. The problem, you hit a sharp edge like diamond plate with foam, in seconds it shreds.
Yeah.
And this will not shred. Now, I'm not saying it's going to last forever. It's something like that. But this product will. You can wash these basically 7 to 10 times. Eventually, they'll fall apart.
And they'll stay colored, like tinted black, but they'll still work.
Exactly.
They'll do the same thing.
You're 100% right. When I wash it, by the way, we make sure that this cover is closed. That way the pin doesn't wreck the washing machine. So it works out fantastic.
Gotcha.
There's a screw deep down inside here, X nut. If it ever gets loose because you went accidentally backwards,
you can tighten it up.
Exactly. One thing about Flitz, we have actually USDA authorization, which makes this product very, very safe. And that means not that you can eat it, it's not that safe. But the point is you can actually use on items you do food service on, like stainless steel cookware, stove.
So you can use it's safe to use in the kitchen.
That's right, exactly.
There you go.
Okay, Michael, what we have here is aluminum. Now, because we're at a show like this, we have to do it so it gets gunky. So we actually put acid on here purposely to make it dull.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of people never want to use acid on your aluminum, period.
Sure.
Especially if you have a boat or a truck or something. The Flitz polish, as you can see, comes in a cream form like this. You spray it on top, and after you put it on top, you take a drill like this with a buffer. Now this drill does around 2,000 RPM, but I tend to smush it around first, so it doesn't spit all over. I go slow, that way it doesn't spit, and then I give power to it. Put pressure on it, if you need to. And you can take aluminum, I don't care how bad it is, and make it look like a mirror finish in seconds. Look at that difference. Is that something?
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
now, that's one thing. It's not only polished, but this is a little water. See the water beads up?
Oh yeah. It's
You
got
get
a little bit of a sealant in it.
You get 2 to 3 months protection out of it right in salt water, guaranteed. So on your bow rails, your stanchions, your cleats, it can be stainless, it can be aluminum, it can be anodized aluminum.
Yeah. So you can also use Flitz metal polish on fiberglass, which I kind of just found out. I didn't know.
Yeah, and what you just said, exactly. That's why we call it metal, plastic, and fiberglass. Let's show you over here.
Yeah, show us what you got.
So we're going to put a little Flitz on here. And it doesn't take that much. You just take enough to cover it. Because the buff ball is going to do a lot of the work for you. It's spread around. So what we'll do here, we'll kind of smush it like I'm doing over here. That way it spreads around. Slow speed first. And buff it out. What's unique about this buffalo is constantly bringing in the air. Since it's bringing in air, it's always cooling, so it never overheats. So if you get around decals, if you get around pinstriping and things like that, you're not going to ruin anything. It's no different than a conventional buffer, which goes in the middle like this.
Yep.
This actually goes on the side. You can see how nice it brings it.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. It comes out again for you.
So Ole has some acrylic here, which you find on a lot of boats, dashes, hatches,
Exactly.
those ones that are in front of the cabins. Yeah. And these get foggy or hazy. Guys have a lot of questions like, how do you get that haziness out?
Well, anything, in a hash cover like this, you have people stepping on them.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, you get scratches that way. You have the sun beating on it. So one of the demonstrations I'm going to take a 2,000 grit Mirka pad. It's a very fine abrasive. And I'm putting a little water on here. I'm going to wet sand this plexiglass. And as I do this, I'm working in different directions. You can see how dull it gets. So I'm actually taking off
a little bit of that film.
Mm-hmm. Now, especially when you have scratches in here, the Mirka is abrasive enough to help take off those scratches.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since this is 2,000 grit, it's very, very fine. And the Flitz polish is around 4,000 grit. So it's even finer. So now when I use the Flitz polish and put this on top, now I use the buffer to it. And you're going to see how I can bring back the plexiglass to a mirror finish. I go slow first so it doesn't spit.
Yep.
Once I have it spread, pressure to it. If you notice I go very slow, I don't move very fast. Just take my time. And you can see. Perfect.
There you go.
It's all done.
Yeah. Nice.
So when you have scuff marks, again, light scratches. Now heavy scratches, you can take heavier sandpaper. You can start,
and then just bump up
yeah,
levels.
bump up levels.
So 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Exactly. And you have the same principle.
And this is like 4,000.
It's around 4,000.
Similar.
Yeah.
Cool.
Every polish you have, no matter what brand it is, they all have to have an abrasive level.
Yep.
But
so you can see the difference.
major issue. So with aluminum like this, when something's very corroded and things, you take the metal pre-clean. You put this on first. Simply spray it on the finish, like here. This product works similar to an acid, but it's not. It's just very, very strong, safe on your skin. Although you should have normal gloves on when you're using it. But once you put this on, I take a brush and agitate it. And I take water and I rinse it. As soon as the water hits it, it neutralizes it. It stops working. And you do this that way to pre-clean the aluminum before you start polishing.
So what do we got? A scuba tank here?
No, we have an old brass and copper fire extinguisher. Now, this could represent brass cleats, bronze props. You have an inboards.
On the bigger sporties.
Yeah. Right. But anything that's really corroded, as you can see how green and black this is, this is called metal pre-clean. This works on all metals, works on paint and fiberglass. Watch when I do, when I spray this on, how fast this chemical starts eating off the gunk. That's how fast it is. It's done.
That's it.
Now, all you have to do when you're done with it, take water and rinse it. This chemical, because it's made of salt, if you don't rinse it, it's like acid. It keeps on working. Right. But as long as you rinse it, instantly neutralize it, there's no problem to it. I just take it down, dry it off. Now it's basically clean. All the heavy gunk is off. I take a little bit of Flitz, not very much. I put it directly on top. I'm going to do the buffer just a lot faster because, again, detailing, we're going to saving speed. Go slow with it first, spray around. And look at that. Polished. Done. Boom. Once you do this,
you polish this a lot, huh?
Oh yeah, this is a great piece. And actually a piece like this, you can get done within 20 minutes easy, but you see when water hits it, how it beads up. Yep. Flitz prevents the air from getting at the metal. And if the air can't get to it, it won't retarnish as quick. This will last at least 5-6 months easily. Wow. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah.
So this is probably where most of you are interested in using Flitz, and that's on aluminum, stainless rails,
and anodized aluminum.
Yep.
See, that's big confusion, Michael. Aluminum's raw aluminum is solid metal. Okay. It's not plated. Anodizing is a plating on top of the aluminum. It's like a cover, like chrome. It's my best example. So once it gets pitted, anodizing, you can take off the pit mark, the pimple around it. But when you look at it real close, you'll still see a pinhole where the pinning is in the metal itself.
And you're not fixing that.
That's unfortunate, you can't get it out.
But you can polish it.
You should polish it, and by putting a ceramic finish on top, you're gonna get a good 1.5 to 2 year protection out of it.
So how do you tell like anodized versus just raw aluminum? I think you said we have anodized here and then
In raw aluminum, the way you can tell right away is by putting flits directly on top the aluminum itself. It doesn't take very much. You dab like this, and I take a microfiber and I rub it. As long as I take off black residue, it's raw aluminum. If it's not black residue, like this one's clear, it's
that's
anodized.
the anodized film
So this
on
is
there.
an anodized aluminum finish. But you can see the clouding on here. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but it's real cloudy.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to clean this first with a metal pre-clean product, and then we'll see how the polish can do it.
Okay.
Just do the same way.
Sweet. So let's use the pre-clean first.
Okay. Now the pre-clean, of course, is like an acid, but it's made of salt.
Yep.
So the good thing about it is,
It's not gonna harm that.
right, so when on fiberglass or anything, you spray it right on here like this. Spray right on. You see as it drips right down, it eats the corrosion off immediately, just like that. It just takes seconds. Now water instantly neutralizes it. As soon as water hits this chemical, it's going to break it down. It's going to stop working. And just look at the difference in luster already.
Oh yeah. We
That's-
haven't even polished it
No,
yet.
that's just in seconds. Now put some over here quick too. Get this off. Because you know right around the screws, see how the corrosion around over here?
Yep.
Because stainless steel and aluminum react. And it's like electrolysis.
Dissimilar metals.
Yep, exactly. So that's always a corrosion issue. Now you can use bronze wool as an abrasive,
Mm-hmm.
but you can also use a white Scotch-Brite type pad. The good thing about the white Scotch-Brite pad, it's not very abrasive. But you definitely do not want to use steel wool. Never, ever use steel wool.
Because then you'll get rust
All
inside
over.
your aluminum,
Exactly.
and you'll never
And,
get rid of
and
it.
the rust will be all over the bowl.
It'll be,
that
it'll
can
be a
be
mess.
terrible.
Yep. So bronze wool, 00, 000, those finer
4-0 is always
Four?
the best.
quad zero,
Yeah, quad 0. The finest, better.
finer, better.
Because otherwise you're scratching it a little too deep.
Okay, so now we've got this area all pre-clean.
Right.
We're ready to polish, right?
Right. Take your flitz polish. So we put it directly on top of the aluminum. And again, this is anodized aluminum. And like we showed before, when you know it's anodized, when you buff it, you don't take any black residue off. Take it, wipe it off here a little bit.
That's it.
And it's not going to come out like chrome because aluminum anodizing, you're actually polishing the anodizing itself, not the aluminum.
The clear
The clear,
finish on
exactly.
top. Yeah.
But you can see how smooth it is and how slick
No,
it is.
absolutely is. Now the little bit of like we see, it's not like heavy spotting, but like, is there a way to like get that to go away?
Some of the pinning over here, I would take again a very fine
Like if we took
4-0.
a little bit of 2000 on here, would that
You can try a 2000.
see if it finishes out a little bit
Right.
better?
I'm gonna take the 2000 grit Mercury pad right here. Put a little water on it. You just use it that way. Because of course the abrasiveness of 2000 grit
Oh, that's gonna definitely clean it.
is taking up.
You
a
can
little.
already see.
So now we'll take it and dry it.
It's already taken a lot of it out.
Yeah. Because the abrasiveness in the Mercury pad was working that way for you.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is you don't want to use something too abrasive.
You'll burn through the
Once
anodized.
you go through anodizing, you're done.
You're done.
Yeah.
So you gotta be careful.
Yep, exactly.
I wonder
So-
how thin that is, that layer.
It's very thin.
Is it dipped? Or
Pardon
is it when it like anodized when they make
It's
the
dipped
aluminum?
in, and
It's
usually
dipped.
with electricity, yes.
Uh-huh.
But when you do something like this here, you know, that's why Flitz is a non-abrasive polish.
Mhm.
That's why you're definitely not going to have problems using just Flitz by itself.
Gotcha.
And really this boat here, and this one's around 10, 12 years old, use a pre-clean first, use a polish, you'd have a good spot.
Now we can polish this area, right?
You can try to get a little higher luster. Again, you're not going to get a real high shine.
Well, we just sanded it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me just a microphone there for you. And that's a little smooth first.
Oh yeah. That looks a ton better. Boom.
Okay, like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that got rid of
Yeah.
all the cloudiness. And we have a lot of questions. You guys are always like, oh, how do I get this haziness that you see out here? Which the pre-clean did a great job. But then, you know, even just the Flitz polish alone
did a decent job, but then a little bit of
Abrasive.
that abrasive, and it cut it.
That's why you.
right out.
That's why using a Scotch Brite,
Mhm.
the white one,
Yep.
or 4-0 bronze wool
4-0.
with the polish, and it tells you that right in our directions.
Yeah.
To use that. That way, it takes off the heavy corrosion for you, pitting, and
Yep.
you get right back at
And
it.
then you polish it all
Exactly.
out. Perfect.
It comes up very nice.
All right, so we went over the bright work, raw aluminum, stainless steel, copper, brass. There's so many, different uses for flits, and some I didn't even really realize you can use it on, especially acrylic and fiberglass. So, appreciate you demonstrating all that for us.
Thank you again for your
All
time.
the way from Wisconsin here, and you can also check out Ollie's channel at Flits Polishing. They're on YouTube as well as Instagram, Twitter, I think this Facebook
Yeah,
as well.
Facebook.
And then also hit that like button, hit a subscribe for us, and as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to
Flits
Flits
it.
it.